Was that the bell pepper? What was that the sausage? Where did it come from? Why is it there? Why does it taste so damn good? Smack your mama good. It's my smack and cheese, man. Hello, my name is Chef Manouschka Guerrier, and I'm a private chef, formerly for Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and the Kardashian Jenner family. So today I'm going to show you a dish that I made for the entire Kardashian Jenner family. My take on Haitian-style mac and cheese. I chose to make this dish for the family because this is a dish that for some reason around spring, summertime, all of my clients want. And I thought it was something that would find fun and satisfying and great. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna preheat the oven to 375. So here I've salted the water and now I'm gonna make the bacon. Now you see a frying pan, but no, we're not gonna fry the bacon. We're gonna bake it in the oven because in this way, it's not making a mess and there's not oil splattering all over the place and the place gets all smoky and your alarm goes off and it's just, not fun. When I cooked for them for the first time as a family, this is the menu that I went with. It was Caitlyn's very first Father's Day. She lives up in Malibu. They're very outdoorsy. I know they look glamorous and all those things, but they do love to take like sports action machines out. They had a dune buggy that day. They went out and rode the dune buggy and then came back absolutely famished. All right, so our water is up to temp. It's boiled. Haitian facial, 2 for 1. I'm using in this recipe large elbow macaroni. Traditionally, my family likes to use like a penne or a ziti, just like a thicker tubed shell. I like macaroni because I'm American, and when I think of macaroni and cheese, I think of elbow. But the smaller elbow, I don't find works well with this dish. And just for some additional flavor, I like to add a bay leaf. While our pasta is boiling, we're gonna start prepping our peppers. So I have 3 colored peppers here. We're not gonna use all of them. We're just gonna use probably about half of each. And then what you can do is you can slice and freeze the rest for another recipe. So we wanna remove the seeds because I just don't find it palatable to eat. So I just remove it. And hot peppers, they actually add heat. Bell peppers, they don't have any heat. I just don't like to eat it. So actually, I have a really great memory of that day. Khloé and her stepbrother, Bart, were out on the dune buggy for a couple hours, and they come running back in, and Khloé just thought it'd be a great idea if they can take a whole family picture together out in the canyon in front of the dune buggy. Kim invited me outside to take the picture. So that's another thing, being a private chef. You end up being like a bunch of things. You end up being a caretaker for the kids if they have to go run somewhere really quick, or a photographer in this case. So that was cool. So when the picture came out in the publications, I was like, yeah, I'm the one who did that. It was cool. So the bell pepper addition to our Haitian-style macaroni au gratin is usually just a green pepper, but I'm a ball on a budget, just call me Bob. There are these fajita mixes that have red, green, and yellow and orange peppers in it. And I just use that and dice it up. So once I was able to afford to get actual bell peppers from whole paycheck, I just bought all 3 and just continued the tradition of using these. So I really like the different flavors that they all add to the dish. Our bacon is ready. We're gonna pull out the bacon and dry it on a paper-lined cookie sheet so it's just not sitting in the pan, sitting in its own fat, because we want super crispy bacon. Now don't throw out that bacon fat. Fat is flavor. Use it at another time to cook with another dish. And my aunt introduced me to putting meat in the macaroni au gratin. She uses ham. I love Polska kielbasa. So here's a fun fact. When we had the Haitian Revolution, Napoleon was like getting really frustrated because he didn't have enough soldiers. So he brought some soldiers over from Poland to be an ally for the French. But what ended up happening is that they became allies for the Haitian Revolution and fought side by side along with us against the French when we defeated them. So there is a region in Haiti where it is deeply rich in Polish tradition. The president of Haiti did actually, in fact, give the people of Poland Haitian citizenship. So if you are Polish, you are a Haitian citizen as well. Come home and left behind something that we love and cherish in Haiti, which is kielbasa sausage. So I cut it in half, and then I cut the half in half, and then I cut that half in half, and I start to dice it. because I want like people to be surprised in that bite that there is a bite of this well-seasoned sausage hidden inside the pasta. The kielbasa is already pre-cooked, so you don't have to cook it ahead of time. You can just dump it with all of the other veggies and all the other ingredients when it's time to start putting the dish together. Yeah, I want when people see the dish on the plate, wonder, what is that? Was that the bell pepper? What was that the sausage? Where did it come from? Why is it there? Why does it taste so damn good? Smack your mama good. It's my smack and cheese, man. So this will be our big mixing bowl to incorporate all of the ingredients together. I'm gonna start with grating this Gouda cheese. We like to use Gouda in our macaroni au gratin. So this is my take on Haitian macaroni au gratin. So I use a lot of other cheeses that I love. And so those already come grated. So this we have to grate. So yeah, at this family get together, Kanye was there. This is when Kim was pregnant with Saint and still carrying little North in her arms. And Kanye was just kind of like hanging with us in the kitchen, my assistant and I, and he wanted a cocktail, but we didn't have all of the mixers to make it, so we kind of like had to make it up. He just loved the process of it. It was like watching a science project happen as we put it together, and then we just kind of like sat there anxiously waiting. Like, did he like it? Did he not? And we just waited while he just like, oh, this is good. So that was really cool. At this time also, this is when Kanye got his fashion deals. Now, Kanye did not go to fashion school. So the fact that he was recognized as an artist all across the board, because fashion designers are artists as well, really meant a lot to him and to share with the family. So I really loved being a part of eavesdropping, kind of, because it's an open kitchen. You can hear everything when it's in the family room and in the dining room, they're having that discussion. And now I can't even go into a freaking Forever 21 or Fashion Nova and I see a Kardashian something style, something everywhere. They've completely cornered the market. So our pasta's ready. We're gonna go ahead and strain it. You want it still a little al dente because it's gonna continue to cook inside the oven with all the other ingredients. All right, so now that we're done with our Gouda cheese, it's been grated, we're going to add our 4-cheese blend. Then we're going to add our Mexican blend. Now I consider myself a spice queen. We have some Creole seasoning, some Worcestershire sauce, some tomato paste, some garlic salt, garlic powder, adobo. I'm just going to quickly mix this up so we can add our pasta. Now that we have all this mixed, let's add our pasta. So you just want to keep mixing it as you go along so all of the flavors are evenly distributed. Next, we're going to move on to our wet ingredients. I like to use mayonnaise. My mom likes to use Cool Whip. I know, you're like, why is there mayonnaise in here? This is our take on how we make a mac and cheese. So there is no bechamel sauce, but our binder is the mayonnaise. Over here we have some habanero pepper. I don't have access to Scotch bonnet peppers in California, so I rely heavily on habanero. Some evaporated milk. We're gonna add that. And you know, I know Beyonce carries hot sauce in her bag. I carry a lot of things in my pocket, apparently. Sazon Goya. Yeah, I carry Sazon Goya packets with me everywhere. I do, on the other hand, keep some residual pasta water left aside, just in case it looks a little dry to me. So just make sure when you're dumping out the water from the noodles, you just keep a little bit to make sure that this stays as moist as possible. And now I'm going to add our chopped veggies and meats and mix again. You know, one thing I need to share, because I don't think it's spoken at all, and it should be, Kim is extremely polite. That's what I love about her. I've had a couple situations working with her. Like I worked alongside her at the LA Mission where we had fed some homeless people during Thanksgiving. I've catered people's events like Mel B's baby shower, and she was a guest, and she was a guest at this one. And what I notice in every instance is that she recognizes who's in the room, especially someone who works in service. She makes sure that she greets you hello, and she will not leave until she tells you goodbye. And I just think that's an excellent quality for a human being to have. When you're working for celebrities, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge your presence there, but she does. And she always shows grace and politeness. And I just think that's just such a great quality to have. I don't know if she got that from her dad, her mom, or the fact that she was a closet organizer. So it's just like me. She worked service at some point, but she keeps that and she instills that in her children. I just think that should be discussed more. Kim is a really good person. I'm a massive Marilyn Monroe fan, and I've learned in research that she's actually the same way, where she has a way of making people feel special, feel seen. So maybe those comparisons about the two aren't that far off. And now it's time to add the mixture into the baking dish. I'm gonna work on our topping. So I have the bacon, I've crumbled it up. I'm gonna mix it in with the cheese. Now this is grated Parmesan. I prefer to use it because I find that if you use freshly grated Parmesan, there's a lot of oil that comes out of it. We already have oil from the bacon, and it just doesn't get as crispy as we would like it to be. Now, if you really want it super, super crispy, you can add some breadcrumbs, but I'm fine with it just like this. Get in every corner. You want to make sure everyone gets a bite. And then you want to bake it for like 30 to 40 minutes. Well, just check the oven and make sure that it's golden brown. Look at how beautiful this is. There you go. Doesn't this look delicious? Perfectly cooked. Again, you can watch it the oven around 30-40 minute mark, and you'll have this amazing, scrumptious mac and cheese. So my very first taste was the pepper. And then came the sausage. And of course, just enveloped in all of that luscious cheese. Oh, make it. I'm sorry, I'm going a little bit crazy over this because I don't make it very often. I make it a lot for the holidays, like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and it's always a hit. And the complexities in this macaroni and cheese, like you can taste from the Gouda, like the nice, like creamy sweetness that I find in Gouda. And then from the cheddar, you get the sharpness. The Mexican cheese I love because it's like seasoned. So it goes really well with the seasonings that we added in here. With the seasoning and the hot sauce, there is some spice, there's some heat. We got some crispiness from the Parmesan and the bacon on the top. So it just all works really well together, all in your mouth. And then we have the brightness that the peppers add to it as well. Eating this dish really brings me how blessed I am to be able to do this as a job. I got this job when Caitlyn had just transitioned and was making the huge announcement to the world, and she had won Woman of the Year for the ESPYs. It was a really important moment for her, and I made this for the writer's retreat, and she was there at a meeting, and she tried it, and she tasted it, and then her assistant came around and was like, Caitlyn really liked that dish. What are you doing for Father's Day? Would you be down to come and cook? And now you get to make this for your family. That's pretty cool. Please try this recipe. It's so much fun. You will find it absolutely delicious. You can find me on Instagram at @single_serving, and you can find this recipe and more at delish.com.